Freezing and melting, clarity and confusion, organisation and turbulence. These are the wonderful polarities by which the cosmos thrives. What then is the secret imperative of polar melting, of the apocalyptic global warming amid which we now live? It is perhaps this: the melting that we have wantonly made through our greed and waste should shock us into a new awareness of ice, of its place in the living whole, an awareness that might translate into new modes of being, less egocentric, more ecological. But the occult significance of Antarctic and Arctic thawing might be something else again, something more horrifying yet potentially more sublime. Possibly this: the removal from the planet of the most destructive species ever to exist is the truest and most tragic ecology, an end of wasteful death in the name of new life.
Nilsimi ataqarpunga maanilu lilussanit inungornikuunga aalisartuullungalu piniartuunga taavalu takornerissinik upernassakki missiussartuullunga maani aalisartuuni luisseqqaani imaannaangittorsuuq ingasampoq sikoqartilluusuorlu massakkut pissuti takutikkaat silaassangoriartornaa malillungu ilulissakaarluat allangoriartorami aama ukiunisiu kingulissaani eqqarsaatingalugu naluarpu sila pissusiaqanuq allangoriartortingissanersoq massakku eqqoriaruminaassinermut taavalu qangarmun aleqqiullugu sila allangornikoruissuunga massakkut sommeq nakkaayunnaarnikuungami аннертууми илулиани микисуни пеқангила ангисоорсуусараалуарпи сиорнатсигут массаккут микисуарааннааппут нилликаанерулернаа писсутаасимагунерами сорнеқ тунгаани қеққани нунатами икканнерми пеқалерникуусимарпалукками таавалу массаккут микинерулерникууппусиккут силааллангориарторнуаммалиллу
Everybody who lives in Greenland know about the ice, how ice is made. Ice, especially Greenlandic inland ice, is made by snow. Snowflake over snowflake, but between snowflakes there is microscopic air bubble being captured and pressed down. 12-15 years ago, first time ever. In winter times there was no sea ice because of the water was warmer than usual. Then for each year we noticed the iceberg getting smaller and smaller and lower and lower. Now the average height of the icebergs is max 40 meter high compared for 12-15 years ago, 120 meter high. And now because of the gletscher inside of the Ilulissat ice fjord has been retreated approximately 20 kilometers. Now it's calving over the land and produce smaller icebergs for each year. Before the global warming around here, in winter times, it normally in the beginning of December, sea ice covered all this area. So normally it's closed by sea ice, and when there is sea ice, we walk on it, or dog sledding, and hunting from the sea ice, fishing. But now sea ice is not thick enough to dog sled. What I know about the ice and my knowledge, I have not transferred to my kids. I have no possibility to transfer it because it changed so fast. Yeah. And it was very difficult to try to explain the kids about global warming. We just know and have noticed there has been change. This one, that's what I'm talking about before, transparent ice. There is no air bubbles inside, like you can see, it's transparent. Compare this one, lot of air, compressed air. Then you can hear when I do this, it's explode. Very easily. It's cracked. Compare this one, nothing happened. Then you can see air bubbles inside, like this, like tiny lines. And believe me, it's cold on my hands. The Greenlandic people and the Greenlandic society is very good to adapt for each decade. We have no choice, we have to. Then we try to live one day at a time, because it's very difficult to plan ahead.
Well, in the summer, all this is just a big bay. Nothing but water and a few icebergs. And it's actually, we use this for many things. We can go ice fishing on it. Also, it's a good way to get fresh water. You can see out here there are a couple of icebergs, frozen solid, in the bay. Normally there's a lot more, but at this time of year they've gotten a lot smaller and, well, few. So you have to walk pretty far. It takes about, I guess, 1 hour to walk out to that one, straight there. And then you cut off ice that you bring home, just brush them off, put some water on it to get the salt water off, and then melt it for drinking water. So all the icebergs in this area come from the glacier, Gangia, in ElizabethOgilvie. And because of all this ice there is now, we can't get any supplies, but we're used to that. So we used to take dog sledge over here to go to the big city. It's about 1-2 hour trip on a dog sledge. Wait. And down here is where in the summer they bring up whales. So also in the summer you can see a lot of whale bones down here. The last couple of years it hasn't been good ice because it hasn't been so big that we can go around it, or so small we can get through it. It has been in between. So all the boats get just stuck in the ice. So we can't go anywhere on the boats. And we can't even use dog sleds because it's not solid enough. So we're kind of trapped where we are because the ocean is our highway. That's how we get around. Either on dog sleds in the winter or boats in the summer. That when I was a kid, every day, every single day, you heard sounds that sounded like thunder, but it wasn't. It was these giant icebergs cracking apart. Just one single crack in one of these 50-meter tall icebergs sounded like a thunderbolt. And us, my generation, we grew up with that. We grew up with that sound. And now it's gone. So some of my friends and I, we really feel like that our childhood memories are melting away with the ice. Well, in the old times when they were so big, it was very dangerous to approach them because if just one, well, relatively small piece cracks off, it can cause a huge wave. But when they're smaller, they also have a habit of turning more often. It doesn't have the same amount of power that it used to. It just flips. We always been told if you see an iceberg turning, get away. Normally all this way over here we have to drag our boats because when it freezes then normally the boats are normally by the harbor back there. So when the ice comes we have to dig the boats free from the ice and then pull them about, I don't know, 500 meters or more all the way to the ice here so we can put them in the water. Otherwise, well, we have to wait too long to be able to sail again. Especially now when there's no ice on the ocean anymore. We can sail back and forth. So it would be a shame not be able to use your boat. One good thing about the ocean not being frozen anymore is that we can go fishing early. Actually, normally we had to wait a bit more before we were able to go fishing. But now we can go fishing and hunting because the ice is open.
Du kan dukke, ikke? Anna. Vil du? Vil du? Ja, det er godt. Det er så rundt. Det er så rundt. And he's leaving now.
Yeah.
And he goes very, very fast.
Okay.
Okay, det goes. Ja.
Nunan issituni angalasarneq eqqarsaatigalugu pingittunan inuttut aamasoorunam tulluarsartussaavugut atortutigut inuunikkullu pissutsinullu tamakkua aqusaagassaapput nunan allan angalanikuunga soorlu Afrikamiinikuunga Tansaniami tassanaam angalaartillunga paassivara tassannunallit aamasoorunami inuunermin atukkamigullu aam tulluarsarnikuupput tamakkami tamakkua soorlu inuiaqatigi allatakugaanni nunaminut sidaannarmullu tulluarsarnerat immaqalam piniakkati tulluarsarnertaan erseqqittartoruissuu uangalagaangatta taanaammaluginiartarpara tulluarsarsinnaaneq atortutigut pissutsinullu soorlu assersuutittaasinnaavara siullerm issittuma angalaqqaarama imatut ekspedisuunitut arnaanaallut angalanikuu tasnit nunua inaalpamsin pivotaanna Kanadami angalaqataaninni akilinernakuaqatiu taakkuatikeraarlu tassan angalan allattu ingerlagami qimusseratta tassani taavalu atisavut qanu inui atsaan atorluta taavalu nerisassat aamma inui nerisassaat nerilluta tassan assiingittorusuumarlu tas misilittaaqarfiinikuak angalanerm issittumi taammakkaluart assiingkaluarluti aam tassan akilinerm angalanermi una erserpo soorunam aamma qanu atugassarati ulluinarnam inuulernermi akilinermiilluni tamakkua aam ilinniagassaapput inu imma amerlanerit apputsermeq isigisarpaat soorlu qianartorsuartut ulorianartutut kisiani taamaangiivippo paasinarsivu taannartaa ajutooqiataassagaluaruit арлаатсигут иммаqa soortupitsingissappat imalunni ajornerusum pisoqariataassagaluarp tassangaannartum anerersuariataatissagaluarpa taava apput iluaqutigilersinnaava taan erseqqittoruissuam uu akilinermi takuarput soorlu apput oqorsaatissatulluni allaa isigineqarluni тааннаам соқутигинарторуиссуу соорлу иллуатунгаани исигиннилериатаарлүни сиорнатигут улорианарторсуат исигинеқарникуу алуарто атуассааси таасун туллуарсарсиннаат таан ерсеққиттум уамисигиникууа таамаккамаама маани исситтумиинернуаннерисоруиссуа соорлу илулиссани апутеқартармат таавалаам қимуссимангаласиннаасаратта наак илааниккут қимуссертарнап сивикиттаралуарт соорлакуннеермарлу иннаат мисигисартаан илааникаам таккутериатаартарпо пингортитамииннеқ аватангиисинин аватан канаруна пингортитамииллун таанна мисигисақ ассигинарпаа илааникку соорл пиффисам сивисум ангалаллуни so тамаккунинга соқутигисақалерсима нера тассам нассуатисартаа таасинаангила кисианни эққамасарпаамеэраагалларама соорнутаарсиассан тусарнаартарникуугагут укунгуа франскит сернерсуа итигиппаат укунгуа тюскит ангутит сернерсуа итигиппаат улорианарторсиорсимаппут укунгуа арнат ноогамингаанеерсуут тималуунни алламиут сернерсуа итигиппаа таамат эққамасоруиссуа уараатиависим тусарнаарлунга эққарсаатигиникуакуаам таан арлаан мисиликкусуллу таава налаатернериннаккут таспивиусунгорнику